Riker from Sperry receiving the forfeit. At 86 pounds.
Yeah, I know. I was like, it's still water.
Whitaker versus Burkhart.
Hey, short time, hold down. Hey, explosive. Back them up, Titans. Nice shit. Hey, go away. Hold up to the whistle.
That cat. That move on the whistle.
They're always
Coming up, you're out. Get a hand.
Sit up there.
Stay up. Get reach your back. Stand up.
Stand up. Get your head out.
Get out. Get your head out.
Get away from him. Get
Get
your
away from it. Get your one. There you go. Hey, big snap. Go behind. Go. Work inside with your left hand. Work inside with your left.
Have your head. Snap.
Just so you know, we accidentally put 2 minutes on there. It's supposed to be a minute and a half, so we're going to go third period, 7-4. At a minute and a half.
At 92 pounds, we have Boyle from Sperry against Riley from Inola.
Get that win! green. Big time push back is good.
I just did that to him.
Jump, let your wing. Big time waist, catch it. Big time waist, check the wing. Right there. There it is. You jump on the other side when you got it.
Hi, guys.
Big time, stay in. Big time waist, pull back on his gut.
That's not a snap.
At 98 pounds, we have Ridge from from Sperry, going against Smith from Inola.
We're getting kicked out. No, we're gonna go sit up there.
Go, Red. Come on, Reggie. Post it, go. Hey, get that hat back up here, man.
At 106 pounds from Sperry, we have Rivera facing off against Emerson of Inola. At 112 pounds from Sperry, we have Pulliam facing off against Williams of Inola. At 119 pounds from Sperry, we have Rich Church facing off against Lee of Inola. At 126 pounds from Sperry, we have Duncan facing off against Contrez from Inola. from Sperry, we have Oleo facing off against Sinceros from Inola.
Big snap right here out from left. Elbow control, was it? Get your butt down. You're not good stand up. Post that foot off with the hand. You're out. Stay out.
At 140 pounds from Sperry, we have facing off against DeBoer from Inola. At 155 pounds from Sperry, we have Dickey facing off against Jenkins of Inola.
Don't reach for it. Say nothing to get a good shot. I said, I'm going to go high. Snap down, go high.
At 170 pounds from Sperry, we have Lundholm facing off against Sinclair of Inola. from Sperry, we have Sire facing off against Moon from Inola. And receiving a forfeit at heavyweight, we have Hayden Hill of Inola. Now we have a few exhibition matches. Up first, we have Lane of Sperry. Lane versus Hare. Now we have Hip versus Edwin. Up next, we have Johnny versus Brooks.
Hey, 2 seconds.
Stop his first move. Don't block your hand. Do not block your hand. Need time wasted ankle. Time wasted ankle.
Hey, what do you have to do this? Hey, back in that other way. Hey!
versus Hunter.
Good evening, Longhorn fans. The students, faculty, and administration of Inola High School welcomes you to our wrestling homecoming festivities. As we begin the ceremonies tonight, we would like to introduce the students and staff who participate in these activities. Cheer is coached by Hillary Hobbs and Shauna Pratt. Wrestling is coached by Chris Powell, Montana Carson, and Jeff Huang. Underclass wrestlers, trainers, and cheerleaders from each grade are lined alongside the mat. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause for all the hard work and efforts of these individuals. At this time, we would like to present this year's Wrestling Homecoming Court. Our first queen candidate is Mallory Barrows. Mallory is the daughter of Dina Mason. Mallory participates in cheer and attends Northeast Tech. At Tech, Mallory is part of the National Tech Honor Society and an ambassador for the Tech program. In her free time, Mallory enjoys photography and hanging out with her boyfriend. After high school, Mallory plans to attend Tulsa Community College and work. In 10 years, Mallory hopes to be married with a successful career. Mallory is being escorted by King candidate Peyton Agee. Peyton is the son of Shayna and Benjamin Agee. Peyton participates in wrestling and attends Northeast Tech. In his free time, Peyton enjoys hanging out with his friends and playing video games. After high school, Peyton plans to go into nursing school to become a nurse. In 10 years, Peyton hopes to be living in Japan. Our next queen candidate is Layla DeBoer. Layla is the daughter of Jonathan DeBoer and Samantha and Stephen Matthews. Layla participates in cheer, speech, and debate, theater, choir, FCCLA, student council, and is a member of the National Honor Society. In her free time, Layla loves to hang out with her friends, go shopping, and find the nearest coffee shop. After high school, Layla plans to study biology at Oklahoma State University and become a nurse practitioner or physician's assistant. In 10 years, Layla hopes to be working at a job she loves that helps people and to be starting a family of her own. Layla is being escorted by King candidates Alejandro Gallegos and Houston Wilhite. Alejandro is the son of Candelaria and Pedro Gallegos. Hondo participates in wrestling and football. His claim to fame is not being as weird as Owen. In his free time, Hondo likes to break in horses and hang out with friends. After high school, Hondo plans to go to NEO to study business. In 10 years, Hondo hopes to have a family and a good job. Houston is the son of John and Tiffany Wilhite. During high school, Houston has participated in football, wrestling, FCCLA, and FCA. In his free time, Houston goes to church, hangs out with his family and friends, works, and sleeps. After high school, Houston plans to go to NEO and become a police officer. In 10 years, Houston hopes to work in the K-9 unit in the police force. Our next queen candidate is Chloe Kinney. Chloe is the daughter of David and Buck Kinney. Chloe has wrestled all 4 years of high school. In her free time, Chloe likes to hunt, fish, and hang out with her friends and family. After high school, Chloe plans to go to NSU and become an ultrasound technician. In 10 years, Chloe hopes to have a college degree, be married, and have a family. Chloe is being escorted by King candidates Brennan Lawley and Gavin Miller. Brennan is the son of Tara and Chris Lawley. Brennan participates in football, wrestling, golf, and baseball. In wrestling, Brennan has been a 2-time state qualifier and part of the Wrestling Academic State Champion team. In his free time, Brennan likes to go out to eat with his friends. After high school, Brennan plans to play football in college. In 10 years, Brennan plans to be working full-time in HVAC. Gavin Miller is the son of Mandy Tucson and Tony Miller. During high school, Gavin has participated in wrestling and track. In wrestling, Gavin is a 3-time state qualifier, soon to be 4th, state runner-up, a part of the academic all-state team, and USA Wrestling All-American. In his free time, Gavin spends time with his girlfriend and watches movies. After high school, Gavin plans to go to college and make a name for himself. In 10 years, he plans to be a firefighter. Our final queen candidate is Briley Mullen. Briley is the daughter of Patrick and BJ Mullen. During high school, Briley has participated in softball and wrestling as a trainer. She is a member of the Inola High School National Honor Society and the Northeast Tech Honor Society. In her free time, Briley likes to spend time with her friends and family. After high school, Briley plans to go to OSU to become a nurse. In 10 years, Briley plans to be working as a nurse and starting a family. Briley is being escorted by King candidates Noah Morrow and Caleb Sims. Noah is the grandson of Tony Crane. During high school, Noah has participated in student council and wrestling. In his free time, Noah likes to go on side quests with friends and eat sushi. After high school, Noah plans to complete basic training and attend OSU for aerospace engineering. In 10 years, Noah hopes to be making more money than he knows what to do with. Caleb is the son of Donna Sims. During high school, Caleb has participated in football and wrestling and track when he qualified for state shot put and discus. In his free time, Caleb likes to play video games and hang out with friends. After high school, Caleb plans to go to college to become an accountant. In 10 years, Caleb hopes to be working at a big firm and have a beautiful girlfriend. Our lovely flower girl this evening is Amelia Tyler. Amelia is the daughter of Jean and Katrina Tyler. Jean oversees the Black Box Wrestling Club for the youth here in Inola, and both he and Katrina coach. Amelia is 7 years old and is in Miss Bartley's 2nd grade class. Amelia has one older brother named CJ. In her free time, Amelia likes to play with Barbies, wear pink and purple, eat steak, and watch The Grinch. When she grows up, Amelia wants to be a marine biologist and help the sea turtles. Our handsome crown bearer is Bo Barrett. Bo is the son of Jake and Maddie Barrett. Bo is 8 years old and is in Miss Jones's class. Bo has 2 younger siblings, Conley and Sutton Faye. In his free time, Bo likes to play with Legos, eat pizza, and watch Avengers Endgame. When he grows up, Bo plans to become a firefighter. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause to this year's Wrestling Homecoming Tour. And now, your Wrestling Homecoming royalty. The Wrestling Homecoming King is Gavin Miller. And the Homecoming Queen is Chloe Kenny.
Right, we're going to introduce tonight's starting lineups. We're going to start. Check, 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 check. All right, we're going to introduce tonight's starting lineups. Starting at the 106-pound weight class, from Sperry, we have Riker Williams facing off against James Sund of Inola. At 113 pounds from Sperry, Johnny Mayo facing off against Houston Wilhite of Inola. At 120 pounds, Zane Hadcock or Royce Reyes from Sperry facing off against Gavin Miller. At 126 pounds from Sperry, Isaac Sherrill facing off against Colby Cook of Inola. At 132 pounds from Sperry, Jaden Beard facing off against Blaze Stonecipher of Inola. At 138 pounds, Jameson Allen or Corey Milligan of Sperry facing off against Tate Cruz of Inola. At 144 pounds, Bryson Key from Sperry is facing off against Lane Pageant of Inola. At 150 pounds from Sperry, Royer Dittman or Talon Dyke is facing off against Jace Kent. At 157 pounds from Sperry, Cade Rump or Isaac Duke is facing off against Brennan Lawley. At 165 pounds, Braxton Ortez or Barrett Brooks is facing off against Jake Luster. At 175 pounds, Sperry is void, and Inola has Jarrett Dyken. At 190 pounds from Sperry, William Smith is facing off against David Belyayev. At 215 pounds from Sperry, Zach Luna is facing off against Caleb Sims or Owen Ellis of Inola. And in the heavyweight division from Sperry, we have Jackson Dunn facing off against Alejandro Gallegos from Inola. versus Jameson.
Get up there, make it this.
At 113 pounds, Mayo of Sperry is facing off against Houston White.
Go!
At 120 pounds from Sperry, we have Haddock facing off against Gavin Miller. At 126 pounds from Sperry, we have Reyes facing off against Colby Cook.
3-1. Sperry is leading this match. Mounts on top. Breaking back down, getting flat. Breaking down and getting flat so that way maybe he can get a combination to get him over and get some of those points back, get some back points here. So we'll see what happens as he continues to progress. I've known Colby since he was a little boy. I've known his parents all their lives, or pretty much. And there's some good people, so shout out to Chad and Carrie Cook. They've got a fine young man there. They raised a great family, good people. All right, so I'm going to keep talking. Hopefully we're getting this microphone issue worked out. All right, so I have just been giving the thumbs up that I have been talking this entire time this evening, and the first 3 matches, you guys didn't know I was on the air, so I just want to tell you, you missed the best commentating of high school wrestling you've ever been involved in. This is Brian Bynum. I'm here tonight with the students and leaders with Longhorn TV. We're watching Inola, your Inola Longhorns, as they take on the Sperry Pirates. So far this evening, we've watched some great matches. You've seen them at home. 10-4 is the score at the moment, the team score. Colby Cook here at 126. He's down by 3 points. It is worked their way out, so it's 4-1 Sperry. We've got an opportunity. If we can make a takedown here, we can tie this match back up. So we'll see what happens. And then as we work through the match, I'll try to recap some of the stuff that you saw and then give you an update on your Inola Longhorns. There we go. We got 3, so we're tied back. And not sure what just happened. I guess Sperry coach is challenging the call there that he didn't end up awarding the 3. He made the motion for 3 and then took the points away. I think Sperry coach is concerned that it was a little bit of a dangerous move. He had that arm trap, so you got to be careful when you're breaking somebody down to the mat. You can't have that arm trap because it could cause some shoulder issues and injuries there. So Colby's working here well. He had a great weekend this past weekend, wrestled well the first day of the Inola tournament, and then came back and ended up wrestling for a place match. Coach Powell's asking for a stall call on Sperry, didn't get it. He'll take in the down position here, so he has an opportunity to get up and get that 1, and then has a great opportunity to actually move back ahead in this match. He needs to get up quick, though, not really spend a whole lot of time in the down position. Really needs to get up and work on getting a takedown. It looks like he's trying to get in position maybe for a reversal. Sperry's riding him tough. See him up to his feet, he cuts him out, and we're up for 1. So it's now 2-4. We need to make some moves here. A takedown would be what we need to make sure we get back in control of this match. Pushing him out. We've got a stall call on Sperry finally. Coach Powell's been asking for it this entire match. Finally gets it awarded. Little caution on Inola. Just awarded a point. I don't know if that was the second caution. Must have been multiple cautions there on Colby. Sperry got in on that leg awful quick. But Colby's still trying to get his hips back. He's got his hips back on top. If he can get that ankle hook there and then lift that leg over, he could get those 3 points, but he's going to have to get that leg out and be working for position. He's kind of in the, it's hard to tell. I can't see where that leg is and where the shoulder's at. He's got to work behind. He should get the 3 points here any second. But Sperry's got just a death grip on that lock. He's going to call a stalemate. That's awful close there, but that's the right call. Do need this takedown here, though, to get this match tied up. Maybe we can make it into Southern victory, but we'll just see how he progresses. We've got 40 seconds. That's a lot of time in wrestling to make that takedown. Again, a takedown's worth 3 points. If you're new to wrestling, they've changed the point system last year. To where a takedown, what used to be 2 points is now 3 points, and of course the back points have all changed, and so we'll just try to talk through that. Some of you may have been wrestling fans for years, know exactly what I'm discussing, and you're thinking, man, who is this guy? Well, if it's bad commentating, they found me off the street. I was homeless. They offered me a job this evening, so I'm just here working for popcorn and peanuts. But if not, we'll go on and make things work here. So it looks like we got another stalemate. He's calling him back to the center. 7 seconds left. We need some magic to happen here. He's going to have to shoot and just go for it. He's trying to go for it. Not going to do it. Sperry's going to hold him off, and it looks like they're going to take this match. They'll move ahead 3 points, and it'll be 10-7. I know the Longhorns are leading. Now, I started out the evening kind of describing what happened. We had homecoming this evening. Your king was Gavin Miller. Your queen was Chloe Kinney, and so that was amazing. 2 wrestlers, they are fun to watch. If you've not been out and watched the match this year, both of those young people are great to watch. So here we are at the 132. Jaden Beard of Sperry taking on Blaze Stonecipher of your Inola Longhorns. And so the match is underway, and we'll see how these 2 young men go at it. Now, I've been talking to Coach Carson before the match started, and he said we've got a lot of opportunities here tonight. He said it'll be a close match. He feels like it's a match we should win, but there's a lot of pivotal moments that are taking place. One of those last matches, or one of the matches that we wrestled already, was that last one. I think that he was thinking that we had a great opportunity to take that match. But Blaze is actually taking control of this match, got the 3 points, and he's working for some back points here. Looks like he's about to get him turned. He had him halfway. He's going to go ahead and give him 2. I didn't think he had the plane broke. They've got to get that past, that halfway point, almost to about past the 60-degree mark there. But it looks like we're going to give those points back. Oh, no. We had 2 reversal and 2 back points. That was an awful quick count, but then we got 2 reversal again. So I think that score should be 7-4. Oh, we've got an illegal move. Penalty point awarded to Sperry. I'm not sure what the... Yeah, he gave him 2 back points, but it was so quick. I'm not sure how he got the 2 count off. I'm not questioning the ref. Please no. I just didn't see him make that motion for a call. Coach Powell's actually going to go over and question that back points because it was so quick that he turned him back over. I understand the questioning, but he's going to stick with that call. But Coach Powell's doing his job. Again, Inola's led by head coach Chris Powell, assistant Montana Carson, and then assistant Jeff Quam, and then the newest coach, Travis Goldsworthy. I commented a little earlier, and again, you guys missed all the great commentary that started off. So if it's rough now, I promise you it was better before this. But got an opportunity to meet Coach Goldsworthy on this past weekend Inola tournament, Friday, Saturday. When I walked in, they told me his name. They said they called him Coach G, so I just walked up and called him Goldberg. If you're an old professional wrestling fan, you'll know exactly who I'm talking about. But he actually is from Tulsa. I believe Nathan Hale is where he was at. So, but anyways, he thought it was good fun and great group of coaches. They have really developed this wrestling program, but they're taking on a very dominant wrestling school. Sperry's won 7 state team titles and had several individual state champions, but so is Inola. I mean, we've not brought home the state team title. We have academically a couple of years. I think they're on track to do it again this year, talking to Coach Carson and Coach Powell before the match started, but you know, they do push their students to be great in the classroom and great on the mat. So I think my hats are off to them. Coaches that really invest in their kids and know that their future is in their education and really take time to push them towards those things, man, hats off to them. They're doing a great job with this program. All right, looks like Sperry's working to get some back points again. He's going to count it off and give him some back points. Man, gives him 4 back points. There, he's going to count it off again, release those 4. So he's going to work for another 4. We were up for a second. It looks like we're going to go, I think we awarded points backwards. I think it should be 7-11 Sperry. And he's working him for 4 more back points. He's already got it counted off. He's going to award 4 more back points. And that'll take it to 15-7. So we're trailing by 8 now. That's after the first period. We're going to see who has the first choice was Inola, but he's going to defer. So just to update you on Inola Longhorns, the 25-26 season, your dual results. Inola is 11-5 in dual meets. They did finish second place in district duels this past week and really made some moves, but they faced up against Sperry. 2 points reversal there for Sperry. I'm sorry, they faced up against Skytook. I said that wrong. Skytook ended up taking first at district duels. We got an escape for 1 point. Sperry back in on the shot, takes him down. There goes 3, so we're up to 20-8, I believe is now the score. And he's got 4 more back points. So 20-8, so 24-8. Blaze is just kind of, I think he's kind of a little bit in shock. He's wrestled really well this last weekend, and he started out the match great, 7-0, and then you can see how quickly a match can just turn around, and that's what it's all about. Wrestling is such, even though it's a team sport with team points, it is driven by individual outcomes. There's a discussion going on with the scoreboard over here. I think once it reaches the 20 position, there's no way to change the score, so it should be 24-8. They're having a discussion about working it out. But I think that should be the match. $20-8. He just announced it 20-8. I thought he ordered 4 back points a second ago, which would have made it 24-8. But All right, so we're back down position. Second period, 57 seconds left in this period. Trying to make up. Oh, he's going to try to roll out of it. Looks like we're going to try to do it again. Sperry's got him locked up, though, with that barred up that arm. He's trying to get a double bar. We look on the screen, couldn't see through the ref. I'm standing up top at this mezzanine here watching the match, and it's kind of hard to see when they get in position. So, all right, so I talked about the boys wrestling, how they've done in duels in their matches recently. They finished second in the Inola tournament, but I want to switch over to the girls. We do have a girls wrestling program here in Inola. If you would like to see the girls in action, they'll actually be in Inola on this weekend, wrestling in a tournament. They have about, I want to say, talk to Coach Carson, they have one young lady that definitely should be a state qualifier, but he said that he's confident they could have about 4 of their young ladies step up and actually make it to state this year and be able to compete for a state title. Your boys have 6 returning qualifiers coming back, and he feels like you could have as many as 8 this year as state qualifiers. Of course, you know, to highlight, we've got Gavin Miller, your 120-pounder, who is the state runner-up last year. And I'm telling you what, if you want to watch an explosive wrestling match, watch Gavin Miller. I mean, there's a lot of these boys. There's the end of the match. It looks like we have a tech fall on that match. Sperry now takes the lead. It's 12-10. But there's a lot of these young men. I just don't know all their names. I know a few of them. Colby Cook, I mentioned earlier. I've known his parents for a number of years. They are great people, and is a great young man. I like teasing him when I see him around. He doesn't have a clue to who I am. I knew him when he was a little bitty. I've not seen him since, but love that family. So, all right. So now we're on. Let's see, we have the 138. I know for Inola it's Tate Cruz. I'm not sure who's wrestling. It's either Jamison Allen or Corey Milligan that's on the mat for Sperry. I've got 2 names here. I didn't hear what they announced, so if you're watching from Sperry this evening, my apologies. I wish you know which kid is yours on the mat right now. So. Sorry, I don't know the difference between the 2. All right, we got to take down Sperry. Looks like he's working for a half. Trying to bar up an arm. Looks like Tate's trying to fight that off just a little bit, working those hands out, getting up to his base, and trying to make that move out. All right, well, worked out. So ref's going to call him back to the center. Ref's been doing a good job just trying to keep him to the center of the mat. You know, the more they keep to the center, the less opportunity that a stall call is going to get hit on one of those wrestlers, and that's what you want to do. You want to see continuous action. They're not working the edge. Now, smart wrestlers will work that edge in their advantage, and especially if they're ahead in a match and they can work them to the outside and they can receive, you know, not get the stall call himself, but work it to where they get that point. But really just working that edge of the match to as that wrestler's trying to get out. Sometimes they'll put themselves in a particular predicament and you can get a takedown, you can get some back points scored there. So it just kind of depends on their style of wrestling and then what you excel at. So and there's some pretty savvy wrestlers out here on this mat tonight for both teams. So all right, well, we'll see Inola. He's trying to get that arm out so he can get up to. He's got this base underneath him. If he can just seem to get his arm free, then he might be able to escape. But there's the clock. That's the end of the first period. I believe it's Sperry's got first choice, and he's going to defer. Inola's going to take down here. He covers. Match is started. He's going to try to get that inside right. He's got that, you can kind of see there. I don't know if you can see from the camera angle where he's at, but he's got his, Sperry's got his right arm back into that thigh, just trying to block him and get a position there. Still riding him tough. He's got that half in deep. He's got him. He's not calling any. He first tried to call some back points. He's waving them off. There was no control there. Now we got a reversal. Inola for 2. It's 2-5, but we're trying to get that turn. We're trying to get some of them points back. He's got it barred up. Got the half in deep. He's working it. He's going to switch sides here. Bar that arm up. If he'll just hook that ankle, maybe work it up towards his head, but he's going to base. Sperry's going to base up. He did a good job fighting that off. He got himself in a tight spot there and about to give up the points that he had made. Sperry was working out toward that edge of the mat. Looks like Inola did a great job. He's going to try to start working him back toward the center because he really doesn't need to allow him to get out and get back to a good base. He's got him in a good position to get him turned here. Can't quite break the plane there to start earning those back points. He does have that leg hooked. He's got an ankle hooked up there. Let's see what he's got. Oh, he's got his arm barred up around his belly, tight waist, but can't seem to get him to turn there. Again, Sperry's doing a good job in defense. Oh, he's trying to hook up the ball and chain. Nope, we're going to go for a turn here. Give a little back points. Couldn't quite get the tilt. He needs to get him back over. He's got in a bad spot here to where he's exposing his back. If Sperry gets his arm out, we're going to get a 2 reversal and then some back points there. He's telling him to ease it on over. Got a count out, but not enough for any back points there. So we're still 5-2 Sperry. Coach Powell's going to ask for some back points. Or maybe there's confusion on the score in general. Let's see what happens here. I know you can see it in the corner of your screen. Yeah, 3-2. Oh, I see what happened. Remember me saying that he had called 2 back points and then he waved it off. I think we may have, on the score keeping, may have went ahead and awarded it and didn't see the wave off there. So that's easy to do. I've kept score over the years, working at these tournaments and working the table, so I understand it's hard to keep up, especially when you get in a flurry. That ref will sometimes throw up a hand, give a signal. Sometimes they signal for the wrong team, or sometimes they'll signal and then wave it off, and if you're in the middle trying to punch in the score, you missed when they wave it off. So I get it. It's hard to do. All right, Sperry's trying to work his way out. We're in the 3rd period. He's on the edge of the mat. This is where I'm talking to smart wrestlers. Work the edge of the mat. He's trying to push him back in. He just calls him out. And then we're going to go back to the center. Looks like Sperry's still in the down position. I believe that they deferred that first or in the 2nd period. He had choice. He took bottom. He's leading by a point. He's going to see if he can advance that lead a little bit. I think we'll continue to ride here for a minute. We can't get a turn here in a second. I wouldn't surprise me at all that Coach Powell and Carson tell him to cut him, and let's just see if we can cut those losses and just make it back up. A takedown wins the match further we're in, but right now we just need to try to ride him out and see if we can get some points scored back here. Trying to get in position. He got a leg in. Got a little cross face going, trying to get that shoulder. Oh, Sperry's got that arm back and trying to get back in control. We're trying to get a little turn or some type of tilt. We got a stall call, so it's tied up. Tied up at 3. We've got 38 seconds left in this match. Sperry's trying to work their way out. We're still working. No points awarded just yet. He's saying it's neutral. It sure looks like there's been an escape there. Now we've got a 1 escape. And Inola's trying to get takedown 3. We're getting back points counted off here. 13 seconds left. So we can just stay from not getting pinned here. Oh, we got a pin there for Sperry. There they go up, another 6 points. It's going to be 18-10 Sperry. Man, what a tough way to lose that match. You can tell Tate is not happy with the performance there at the end. He really had a chance to just come out ahead on that match, but things happen. Here we are at 144. We've got Bryson Key versus Lane Paget. Again, that's 144. Bryson Key versus Lane Paget, and the match is underway. So this would be an opportunity to try to get some back. We've got some Coach Powell. He is calling for that stall on Sperry. He did back completely out, though, so he was trying to avoid a takedown. Oh, got him snapped down to the mat, but just couldn't get around behind him to get those points. Got some hand fighting going on. We're wrestling tough here. Coach Powell calling for that stall again. Now he gets the stall call. And Coach Powell wasn't asking for it, so he got a stall call. He didn't have to ask for it, so maybe he finally listened. Oh, we push out. We got a stall on green. That's an interesting call. Sperry was backing up. I'm not exactly sure. I mean, that's just the name of the game. I'm not exactly sure why he called a stall on us for backing him up. He wasn't in position. He wasn't making forward motion. So I again, don't understand the call, but again, he's the referee. He makes the call. And oh, we've got 3 points and some back points coming. That was a very slick move that he had. We're working him. Coach Carson's going over to the bench. He's having a seat there. We've got 4 back points there, so we're up 7-0 in this match. 42 seconds in the first. And looks like he's going to try to sink a half in pretty deep. Oh, he's pulling it out, coming to the other side. Working on that arm. I thought he was going for a crossfade. Oh, he is going to go for a cradle. That was a good, smart wrestling there. Got that arm trap. Got a wing in. Now he's going to rotate around his hips around his head, but didn't quite make it. Wasn't able to keep it tight. Cross-face cradle working here. Just working that knee up. You can just get it just a little bit closer. He's just about got it locked up, but Sperry's fighting it off well, getting back. And that's the end of the first. I believe it's Inola has choice first. We're going to go neutral, 7-0. Lane pads it ahead here. Working the ties. Someone looking for position for shot. Sperry backs up a lot, so we unfortunately got to be careful so it doesn't look like we're pushing, but as long as we're making moves and trying to make a shot or make some type of forward progress without looking like we're just trying to push him out of bounds. Got in on an ankle. We're going to come out the back door, and let's see if we can secure that too. Oh, he's going to reverse, get him into a headlock, get the 3 points, and now working for some back points here. He's just about got him turned back to the plane. Now we've got the count going. There's 3, there's 4, and it looks like we've got an injury on Sperry. I'm not sure what happened. Shoulder. Oh, we've got some blood. So that would definitely be an injury to run off the mat. They're going to check over Lane real quick just to make sure that he doesn't have it on him. Got a little cleanup. I mean, safety first, blood timeout. They'll get some time here. I believe they get 5 minutes on a blood timeout. So they've got to clean up the wrestler, clean up the mat, and get that bleeding to stop before they continue the mat. But we're up 14-0. So we'll just kind of see how this goes. I'm not sure where he got. Thought it was a nosebleed, but it was sure pouring from his forehead. I wonder if he's got a little bit of a lack. Nope, it is his nose, but I think it's on the outside. It doesn't look like it's a nosebleed. Yeah. They'll get the mat cleaned up. Like I said, it's a safety precaution. And also for the wrestler, get that bleeding to stop. They can't get it to, they'll take 5 minutes. They can't get it to stop in the 5 minutes. They'll have to make a decision whether or not the match can continue. They'll have, I don't think recovery time applies once they get this stopped here, but coach is working on it. It's like watching the old Rocky movies. He got the Vaseline out. He's about to throw down some Vaseline on that to get that bleeding to kind of subside a minute so they can get back to this match. Coach G and Coach Powell. Looked like they're having a discussion. It looks like we've got him down. I wouldn't be surprised when we come back out on the mat. He's going to go ahead and just cut him loose, give him 1 point. Takedown wins the mat. Tech fall. That'll give us 5 points, put us back within 3 of the match. And still a lot of wrestling left here this evening. Again, I get in a little late on the commentating. I was commentating about the first 3 matches and I was just talking away, didn't realize I didn't have any audio going, and again, I said that it was probably some of the best commentating that I've done, but you know, I like to hear myself talk, evidently, and so it worked out well. But if you were able to catch on early, Inola Junior High wrestled first. Sperry actually won that match. It was 48-30. However, the exhibition matches that were in between before they started the homecoming festivities, and there were some good matches in there. That last exhibition match was really fun to watch. The crowd really got into that last match, cheered on that young man, and he ended up with a fall. So, again, fun match to watch this evening. Then we've had some great matches here as we started out. Of course, the homecoming court looked wonderful tonight. Congratulations again to Gavin and Chloe for being king and queen. They posed up great. I'm sure you saw some of the things, how they were posing. Gavin is a great young man, very much a character. So it's been a fun evening. Been a fun evening to be here and call out this wrestling match. Like I said, this is the first wrestling match I've actually commentated on. I've done a little football with Longhorn TV back several years ago. I always called it the guest appearance. I love to play football. It really wasn't my thing to commentate on. I was more of the comic relief in a lot of those matches. So, all right, so we're back in action. They did exactly what I said they were going to do. They're going to cut him loose. I saw that being called out. Sperry's just going to have to go for it here, though. He's so far behind, he can't afford to give up any points. We're looking for a takedown to take this match in a tech fall. It looks like the blood patch that he had stuck on his nose or on his head somehow has already fallen off. And we're wrestling around the outside. We've got a stall call on Sperry. 1 point awarded to Inola. So, wait a minute. Yeah, there we go. 15-1. 15-1. I thought I saw him give it on Sperry, and that gave us a point, but they had a mix-up on the board there. All right, he's in deep on a single. Oh, pushed him out again. Now, another point. That should end the match. 16-1. That's a tech fall. And the match is over. And congratulations to Lane Padgett for winning that match. And that'll put us back within 3. The score is now 15-18. Sperry leading at the moment. That always just cracks me up. Coaches, they just walk out there with their bare hands, pick up blood. They'll wipe up the blood, pick up bloody nose cotton, just, from being in the medical field, being a nurse, that just freaks me out a little bit. I wear gloves before I walk out there. I ain't touching somebody else's snot or blood without gloves on. So here we go, underway in the next match at 150. For Sperry, it is either Ryder Dittman or Talon. I'm not sure what the name is. I think it's Delk. And then for Inola, Jace Kent. So again, 150 underway here. And matches are starting period 1. Tried to make a shot. Oh, he set up a good shot. Passed by. Had a good shot in. Oh, and takes him down there. Got the 3 points. Now going to try to lock up a cradle. Looks like Sperry's not going to have it. Going to get a reversal here, so he's going to secure 2 points. So 3-2 Inola. Jace tried to do a set out there and try to do a reversal himself and got caught. Didn't have that arm all the way freed out, so Sperry working cross-face cradle. Got him worked over. Jace got to his hip and then back up to his base. Looks like we're trying to make a stand up and get out. Sperry trying to suck him back enough to get those back points. We've got a count of 4. Back to his belly. He's going to give those 4 points to Sperry. It's going to be 6-3 Sperry in this match. He's got a awful tight waist going on. And still working, still just kind of keeping pinned down. I'm trying to see where he's got him. He's got that arm barred up. Oh, pulled it out. He was trying to cross face him again. Looks like we're just staying belly down. 6 seconds left. Probably a smart move there. We might take a stall call for being down on our belly that long, but that's okay. Get out of this so we can get back into a better position. Looks like Sperry's got first choice. Sperry deferred. Inola is going to take neutral. Going to try to get those 3 points back. So we drew first blood on this match with the takedown. So we're going to see, Coach Powell's going to see if we can regroup and maybe not give up those points again like we did last time. So we got a tie working. These middle weights are fun to watch a lot of times just because these guys are really quick. You know, they're very strong, very quick on their feet, make some great moves. Looks like made a great pass-by shot there, combination, and got the 3 points. So now he's got a tight waist in on him. Staying behind him. He's got a leg in, but got too far out on his hip. He's getting the legs in great, but he's getting too far committed on his hip, and he gets too far out in front, and that's why you're seeing him to give up that position. But he's got back behind him here, and kind of the same move we did last time to give up the reversal. So we were tied up for a second. Now we're back to A6 Sperry. Sperry's riding on top, second period. 55 seconds left to go in this period. Again, just want to thank all of you for joining online this evening if you're watching. And, of course, here in the stands, we've got a pretty good crowd here in Inola this evening. Sperry looks like they traveled well. It's not too far of a drive over to Sperry. I think about a 45-minute drive over. I know when my son was wrestling, we made several trips out to Sperry to watch him wrestle and them here. So just enjoy watching these two schools compete. Coaches for Sperry, man, they are some great men over there leading those young men. I love visiting with their coaches from there too. There's some good camaraderie going between the coaches of these two schools, but when it comes to competition, friendships are out the window and it's time to go to battle. So we've seen a lot of that going on tonight. I think a lot of these young men from both sides of the mat know each other from just growing up wrestling elementary and other things, and you'll see at the end of the mat if we keep the cameras on. Some of them have had some good tight friendships, and again, like I said, we've wrestled them for several years, so they get to know each other being around tournaments. All right, so it looks like Sperry's got choice in the third period, and he's going to take down. Looking at 6 to 8. We're going to go ahead and cut him loose and look for get the takedown here. So, little caution on red. He kind of jumped before the whistle started. Here we go. Match is underway again. We got a little grappling going on, trying to get position, see if we can get a snap down, set up a shot. Trying to get that pass by has been working for Jace this evening, so he's just trying to see if that would be something to continue. Tried to do a snap down and make a reshot and missed that leg. Sperry got his legs back far enough that he wasn't able to get it captured up here. So, tie, he makes the shot again, minute 23. Was able to get away. Looked like Sperry was about to get into a throw on him, but he got away from him. But now we've got us down, and now we're got a takedown here. So, got blood time red. I'm not sure where we're at. Heading mat 6-12 Sperry in this match. We're almost to probably, let's see, I believe we're at the halfway point. a little over the halfway point here in these matches. Got some, still got 157, 165, 75, 90, 215, and 285. Got a public service announcement going on about the concession stand. Something was sold out, so I guess whoever was wanting hot dog or nachos, they're gone. Or popcorn. I can't remember what he said, but he said they still had soda and candy. Sorry, that's not fair for you folks at home. You can't go to the concession unless you have a concession there in your home. But I guess you can go get that. Those are sometimes better snacks anyways, right? So they're sometimes homemade. And if I just made you hungry for popcorn, hey, take that bag out, throw it in the microwave a couple of minutes, and there you go, instant popcorn. It's not the same as what it comes out of the popcorn popper. I agree. I like fresh made popcorn, but you know, sometimes you just got to settle for what you got. Back when I was wrestling, that was sometimes the choice of dinner. Sometimes was popcorn because you couldn't have more than a handful, no salt, no butter. It was just a quick, easy something to get your stomach settled down while you were still trying to cut weight. So I don't think they do that much anymore. Try to make sure they're eating something healthy that's good for you. But, you know, that's back in when we wore trash bags back in the day to try to lose weight. Some of you are laughing because you know what I'm talking about. Got that trash can by the side of the mat. Your blood time again on Sperry. He had him in position. He was making a move there to get him turned over and get some back points. He's a little upset that he called it for blood time, but ref's doing what he's supposed to do. So we'll go to the blood timeout as they get the mat cleaned back up, get the wrestlers cleaned off, and get that blood to stop over there. So I promise. You see Coach Powell giving him a wipe down. He's not giving him a sponge bath there. He's just making sure he's got all the blood off of him and everything. So looks like we're back underway. We're going to take a little swig of water, take advantage of that break. It looks like they got the blood to stop. Inola's back in the down position. And Sperry to cover. Need to try to get up and out and get a takedown here. Just try to get some of those points back. Not give up any bonus points. At this point, if the match were to stop, Sperry would win the match and get 3 team points. We just don't want to give up any additional back points or anything that would give a further advantage to Sperry. Again, if that match stops right now, they'll gain 3 points. It'll be 21-15, so that'll put us within, a fall gets us back into the match here. So almost got a little too high there and got turned over his back. We'd take that. We've got 8 seconds left. It looks like Sperry's gonna ride it out. We're just gonna try to stay in a good position, not give up too many points. It looks like we're gonna give up 3 team points on this match. Sperry will move ahead 21-15. But like I said, a fall gets us back in the match. So let's see what we've got coming up next at 157. For Sperry, we have Isaac Duke or Cade Runk. For Inola, Brennan Lawley. Again, this is 157 pounds. For Inola, Brennan Lawley. Match is underway. Brennan's in on a single leg. Got it tied up, but he lost his footing and kind of got himself in a tight spot here. So he needs to either try to keep that locked up and hope for a stalemate. Oh, he's going to work back up. Keep that leg sucked in tight. Sperry's got that ankle picked up. Ref's still calling it just neutral. We're back to our belly. We really need to keep that leg locked up, just not give up any takedown points. The ref should call stalemate. There's that call. That's the best call we could ask for when we're belly down like that. So we're back in the neutral position. do a little hand fighting here and get the ties. Lawley's got a really tight grip on that elbow. He's winning, almost looks like he's trying to do a fireman's carry. He's got the leg. Sperry still got that ankle, that near side ankle. We lost our grip on the single leg. Now we're just trying to stay in position to not give up 3 points. We're back to our feet here, back in a neutral position. So good battle out. He got himself in a tough spot there. He got the shot in great and then kind of gave up the lock on that leg. Now Sperry's in on a single leg. Got it tied up. We've got a hip lock going on it. We're trying to make a move. Got him over to his back. And still no points. Same thing again, hip lock. Now we got the 3. So we'll score the first play. We're going to try to get a tilt here. It looks like he's got it locked in tight, but can't quite get him over. He needs to get his wing in just a little bit deeper and keep that arm barred up. He's trying to get a tilt there to get some back points to strengthen that lead. We're leading 3-0 early on in this match. 23 seconds left to go in the first period. Got ourselves out of position. There we go. Some of these guys just scare the dickens out of me. They like to get over on that hip, and they just get themselves out of position, and just the wrong move, they're going to give up a reversal and potentially back points. We've seen it a couple of times tonight. We're trying to work a move, trying to get that tilt, trying to make something happen, and we're trying to force things. And when we do that, we expose that hip. When we get that hip down on that mat, it's easy for another wrestler just to swing a leg over and get a quick reversal and sometimes back points. All right, so Sperry's taking the down position here. Lawley will cover, and the match is underway with the second period. Had it locked up there. Looks like he's got a deep half in. Sperry's trying to work on getting that leg out, back around. He's trying to get a reversal here. We got the hip lock again. No points awarded. He's still calling it nobody's points. We're about to get a reversal here for Sperry. Sperry gets 2 points there, a reversal. So 3-2. Inola, Brendan Lawley still in the lead, but has his belly down on the mat. Looking over at coach. I don't know if he's looking out of desperation or looking for some pointers where to go from here, but he has got that locked in tight. Got him over on his back. That is all but done. I think he's got him here. He's definitely getting some back points, but he's got him in a pinning combination here. Lawley just needs to keep that bridge there, but man, that is just a tough spot to be in. Yeah, he's got him locked in tight. They're asking for the pin. His shoulders are off the mat. Sperry's kind of actually got him positioned in a way that it's going to be tough for him to get the pin there because of the way that he's got him. Lawley fights back over. He did give up 4 back points there, but at least he's not giving up the fall. Thought he blew the whistle there. Now he's going to work him from the other position. Lawley just trying to stay in neutral position. He needs to move. Yeah, there's those 4 back points. He's really working, getting that arm in deep, and he actually had it above the shoulders past that 90 degree. They're supposed to, when they get that arm in and barring up that arm, it's got to be at a 90 degrees. It looked like he had it a little past that, and there's the fall. It was bound to happen. He had that in deep. It's hard to defend that. So we're going to give up 16 points here. Sperry's going to go ahead 27-15. We're giving those points the wrong direction. So again, my hat's off to guy running the scoreboard. It's Jerry Jones, but I've been there, done that before. So Powell's getting them to make that adjustment. Again, it's Sperry 27, Inola 15. All right, so on to 165 for Sperry. It's Braxton Ortiz or Barrett Brooks versus Jake Luster. Sperry gets the first takedown here in the 165 match. Illegal move on Sperry, so 1 point awarded to Inola. Lester in the down position still, and match will be back underway here in just a second. Looks like we're started back up. Sperry working in a half. But had him in the Tulsa ride to see if that's what he's sticking up at the Tulsa ride. Now he's trying to work that bar to half. Gets him over to his back. We've got a 2 count there on the back points. He's going to recount that. He hasn't awarded the 2 just yet. As long as he doesn't release it and he has that move held up, a wrestler can get the rest of the count there as long as the ref starts recounting the move there. But he just got it, the 2, 5 to 2 now. We escaped and went in for a shot, deep in on the shot, but down on our belly. It's hard to score points on your belly. Coach is telling him to get work back up. He's got that shot in deep, but Sperry gets the takedown again. Now it's 8 to 2. .27 seconds left. Sperry's got that arm up on the back. He's going to try to get a reverse half in here and work that arm across his back to try to get the turn here. He's released it. So you get that arm over the right side of the head. Work up back to the base. Here we go again. This has been the Sperry go-to move tonight. And they're back in pinning position, give up the fall. Jake didn't believe what just happened there. I think he didn't think he was in a pin position. So that match is over, 33 to 15, Sperry. All right, on 175 pounds, we had a forfeit here. For Inola, we've got Jarrett Dyken come on. Jarrett has 2 older brothers that wrestled here at Inola. Both were state qualifiers, and Jarrett qualified for state last year. So comes from a good wrestling family. Brother's very supportive. They were here this weekend. Mom and Dad are over there in the stands. Good people. They help out every year. John runs a table. Candy's always involved somehow, running the table, running the hospitality room with some other parents, and they do just a great job supporting the program. But as she said, this is her last one that will make it through the program, and she said she'll be done. I laughed, and I said, mine's been out for 8 years, and I still come back. I love, love, love wrestling. I love Inola's program and the coaches. There's some good people here. All right, so Dyken got the first takedown. He's trying to work, got some legs in deep, trying to figure out how he can get. He's getting a little high there. He's got him locked in deep. He just needs to move back a little bit further on the hips. He's getting really high, and that's a dangerous spot to be in. And we see Sperry. He's trying to crawl backwards, and it's what you'll hear the coach say out the back door when they get that high. What you want to do is get him a little further up, get those hips up in the air. It'll make the wrestler slide down, and you can kind of come out that back door and get a reversal. But it looks like Jarrett's got it locked up tight. He's staying on top, staying in control. He did a good job there. He's got those legs in, trying to keep him flat. He's going to try to work in a power half here. He's got it locked up, but Sperry's got that right arm just locked down. We're going to call a stalemate and back out to the center. So again, that score 15 to 33. There's still some time to make up here, but Inola's going to need to have at least 3 falls and then at least a decision here to take this match. So we need 3 falls and a decision for 3 points. My math is correct. That'll put the score at 34 to 33. So this could come down to the wire, folks. But we're going to have to see a couple of falls here. So we got 2 back points there. All right, looks like Sperry had choice. They're going to take neutral position to start this second period. I don't think we hate that call. Jarrett's a good wrestler on his feet. He knows how to make position. He gets people in some tight spots. His brother was the same way. Really like to watch him wrestle from top. He's got it front headlock kind of sunk in deep there. But He is, this other young man from Sperry's got a height advantage, and he got the takedown. Got in kind of deep on a, almost looked like a bear hug. I couldn't tell if he had that other arm underneath him or not, but it looks like he got him takedown, broke down here. It's 5-3. We're still winning. Inola's still ahead. Again, I mentioned this the last several matches. Sperry's go-to move here is that Tulsa ride where he's get that half in and he blocks that opposite inner thigh. He's going to cut him loose, so Dyken gets 1 point, 6-3. Got a good tie going here. And they're both looking to see if they can sink in, trap that arm. There he goes. Dyken got the takedown. We're getting back points, 3 points. He's got him in a good pinning position. I can't tell if Sperry's hurt or he just heavy. There we go. There's one. There's one fall. We need 2 more falls and then a decision, and we can take back control of this match. 33-21. This is where it all comes down to. I'm telling you what, this is where it gets exciting. So if I get a little loud, shout into the microphone, I apologize. Hopefully it's not too loud. All right, we're at the 190 mark. It looks like for Sperry, it's William Smith versus David Belya. I'll just have to go with what the announcer just said. I am so sorry if parents or grandparents watching, aunts and uncles work from home. I did not mean to I guess we took a forfeit. So now we've got 2:15. Zach Luna versus Caleb Sims. I mentioned earlier Owen Ellis has had a little bit of a shoulder injury, trying to nurse that shoulder back to health and get ready for the remainder of the season. So they're going to have Caleb. Now, Caleb wrestled well at the Inola tournament. So I think, Owen's the returning state qualifier. We got a takedown over here. Oh, they're waving it off. Caleb had a great takedown, had that set up, snapped the throw, and then he's saying it wasn't a control issue. So we'll see if he'll set it up again. We've got a headlock. We're hand fighting here. This could come down to the heavyweight match. So no points awarded. One of the things that I've loved watching these heavier weights is a lot of throws. So if you like wrestling and you like a lot of throws, you don't know it, you're a Greco fan. Greco's all about throws and position, but in these heavier weights, 215, 190 and above, you're going to see a lot of these guys, a lot of bigger guys, a lot of just throws and positioning here and locking up. Not to take away, I want to say, though, some of the smoothest takedowns I've seen is also by 285-pounders, and I'll just bring this up only because I love one of the best wrestling schools in the college nation, and that's the Oklahoma State Cowboys. So they have a very dominant program, and Wyatt Henderson last year at the NCAA Finals, very smooth takedown. So those bigger guys can shoot and make some smooth shots, but a lot of times you're just going to see throws. So we see him tying up. Sperry's had a good takedown. Now he's got a single leg. We're trying to dance around it and avoid the takedown. Sometimes in this position, so you don't expose your back, just take the takedown, take the 3 point, give it the 3, and then, he waves it off. Man, good catch there. Of course, the coach is getting after him, and he's giving him the 3. He didn't capture that leg. They were trying to get him to get out of bounds and not give it a takedown. So it's 3-0 Sperry. Coach is going to challenge it. He was out. I mean, and I get what he's saying. He was touching the floor. It doesn't matter if the other ref was in. He was touching the floor, so that should have been out of bounds, but ref's going to stay with the call. It's tough to get him to appeal calls, but I understand. I mean, they need to control the match, and they need to be able to control those calls. I mean, they can't give that up. But they're fair. They're usually really fair about hearing the coaches out and hearing that. But we're going to take down here, see if we can get that point, one of the points that of the 3 that we lost to him, and see if we can gain it back in a takedown. So this is really the pivotal match. Inola needs to win this one in order to give a chance to win this duel. And like I said earlier, Coach Carson said early on this evening that this could be we have an opportunity to beat them, but it was going to be a very close match, and he was right. It has been very exciting to watch. There's the one we were talking about, so now we need to work for that takedown. The takedown for Sperry was just, really, we got out of position. We controlled the first part of the match, got some good tie-ups. I think he just got himself in a bad spot. There should be a stall call there, but we're going to avoid that. Red kind of backed off. We were pushing just a little bit, so. This is going to be a battle of wind in these bigger weights here. They're working, wrestling hard, so a lot of this comes down to who's the best conditioned wrestler. You know, there's some skill, obviously skill involved and technique, but a lot of times in these matches, when they go to that third period, it's about who's conditioned better. So we'll see. And I've always heard that, you know, wrestler make to the third period, it's who has the most heart and who's been conditioned. So that's how those matches are won. You get out, almost gave up 3, but Caleb did a good job getting himself out of the way of that takedown there. So we're still working at it. 3-1 Sperry leading this match. 47 seconds left here in the second period. We're here in the coach's holler snap, trying to get that snap down. Wrist control. He's weighing heavy on that shoulder, which I understand. Got a shoulder sling on there. I would probably lean on that shoulder too. Not trying to be unfair, but it's also, that's just part of the sport. He's got the underties tied up there, but then he lost grip there. This is the move that he used a second ago that got that first takedown and the ref waved off. So this is 9 seconds left. It looks like we're going to have to make this into the third period to make something out of this match. It'll be Sperry's choice going into the third period. If I was Sperry, I would, he's going to take neutral. That's an interesting choice. If it was me, I would have picked down, try to get that one escape, because if we get a takedown here, we go ahead by 1, and that's what Inola needs in this match. So again, this is going to come down to one final match here. Inola needs to win this in order to have a shot at winning this duel tonight. So even with, if we lose this match, even with the fall in the 285 mat, I'm sorry I keep referring to as heavyweight, it's 285. No such thing as heavyweight anymore. Coach is telling him to get a snap down. We need to get a snap down. We kept trying to get into that tie, getting those arms tied up. Caleb likes that throw. He did well with it, but not setting it up. So Sperry's trying to push us out. There should be a little bit of a stall on Sperry. He's just trying to stay alive here and keep this match going. 1 minute and 4 seconds left. All right, we've got blood time. So, you know, blood time's good. Again, they just make sure the athletes are safe, but it also gives the coach an opportunity to do a little coaching here. You'll see Coach Carson, he's going to be cleaning this blood, but I promise you that entire time while he's cleaning that nose and getting that blood to stop, he is given some instruction of what to do. Talking about snap downs, he's talking about getting in position, staying in position, and just waiting for the right time. This is about patience now. Don't have much time, but patience is virtue here when you're this close in a match. You've got to wait for the right moment. You can't go in there like a bull in the china closet, as my mom used to tell me I used to act as a kid. You just really got to wait on the right position, the right time to get that move taken in. So we'll see what happens as we get back on the mat, getting that bleeding to stop. It's a good opportunity to get a chug of Gatorade there. I don't know where that Gatorade come from. Hopefully he didn't pull that out of the trash. Oh, coach is holding it. I saw him bent over in the trash can, so I thought maybe he was digging for Gatorade out of the trash can, trying to quench that thirst. That always worries me, watching guys chug water and Gatorade. They take that blood time out or that injury time out. I've seen a lot of kids puke that right back up too. So hopefully we don't see that happen. Not good to take in a lot of fluid in a break there, especially when you're exhausted. All right, here we go, back at it. Maybe that was the boost he needed though. Maybe there was a little energy in that bottle. All right, so we're back to the ties. Like I said, I bet Coach Powell, Coach Carson, Coach D were over there telling him, hey, be patient, set it up, wait for the right time. You know, it only takes a couple of seconds to get the takedown, and that's all we need to win this match. He's got his teammates over here hopping up and down, cheering him on. They know that this is crucial. A takedown here is crucial. He's got that tie again. Sperry, where's... the bench is calling for a stall. Coach is calling for a stall now. And he's trying to fend him off. He's got it locked in. There should be a stall call there. That should have been 2 stall calls. There we go, finally. But we need more than just a point. Caleb needs to go all out for it. He's going to go out for it. You're going to have to just go for it. Go for it, Caleb. Go for it. You only got a few seconds. And that will decide the match this evening. Sperry will go up 36-27. Even with a fall, will put us within 3. But it was a close match. There has been some great matches here tonight. These young men have wrestled tough. So we're at the 285. This is the last and final match of the night. For Sperry, it's Jackson Dunn. And for your Inola Longhorns, final match is Alejandro Gallegos. And, of course, he goes by Hondo. That's the only name I know him by. That's what I hear Coach Powell. So that's where we're going to go. Hondo wrestled in the Inola tournament this last week. I think got into the finals, got into a bad position. I think was a little stunned at how that match went. To be partial or not partial, whatever, that was a match he should have won. I think he just got himself out of position and got put on his back. Again, state qualifier here. He wrestles tough. He's fun to watch. He's controlling this. I think he's utilizing little lineman skills there. You know, just came out of football back into the wrestling match, and he was just shoving that guy around like he's a rag doll. He's looking for the right move, trying to get it set up. Sperry deep in the tie. Oh, trying to do a little trip. That may have been a little jiu-jitsu we just got to witness there. Give him a little kick in the shin. This may be the last time they invite me to come out here and commentate this. Swopes told me before that I'm a little bit of the color commentator. I'm not exactly sure what that means. I mean, I don't try not to say any cuss words. My wife is listening in, so I'd probably get in a little bit of trouble. And I may even get in trouble for even just mentioning that. I'll give a shout out to Stephanie Bynum. She teaches here in Inola, and I'm kind of partial. I think she's the best teacher here in Inola. Not to offend any other teachers that might be listening or maybe taught in the past, but unfortunately, I have to go home and face her after this, so I have to, you know, it's a want to, but have to say that. So, all right, so we've got the takedown here. Alejandro's working in the half. This match may be over quick. He's got him on his back. I think we've got a pin here, and this should conclude the match tonight here in just a couple of seconds. That's a lot of heavy hips there on that shoulder. There's the pin, and we're going to end this match tonight 36-33. Come up a little bit short on this match. Sperry will take home the win. So Inola will walk away from this duel 11-6 on the season, but still wrestled tough here tonight. Thank you for listening in, watching. Thank those that watch each and every week. Again, if you want to catch the girls in action, they'll be in Ulaga this weekend in a tournament. And then, of course, we've got a lot of matches coming up. We've got senior night coming up and a lot of other tournaments. Regionals will be sometime mid-February, state the end of February. So get out here, support those wrestlers and these here in Inola. And thanks again for letting me join in. If I'm back in a couple of weeks, thanks for listening in. If not, we'll catch you next time. Have a great evening. Hats off to the crew here that put on the show tonight, and have a great night.